We have a new cool product for you guys. This is the Infinity Cap by Infinity Iris. It's a new cool accessory for night vision. The main purpose of this is to just look cool. All joking aside, it's actually a very functional piece of gear. It does many things, including giving you the option of infinity focus, also force-on-force protection with the polycarbonate lens, and it gives you an option to actually change the lenses yourself. What the infinity focus gives you is the ability to set the iris to the correct size of the opening, which allows a certain amount of light in, which gives you the ability to see near and far without changing your focus on the objective lens of your night vision. It's very easy to put on your device. It fits on all the PVS 14 style objectives. You just screw it on like this, and it's secured really tight. You don't have to worry about it falling off like some of the other lenses, which are just squeezed on. You also have the ability to use your bikini covers if you want to keep your lenses protected. But otherwise, when you close them down all the way to 1 millimeter, you can also use them as day caps to keep your tubes safe during the daylight. The iris can be adjusted all the way from 1 millimeter opening, which is basically acts as a day cap, to 5.66 millimeters, which will give you infinity focus, and 23.5 millimeters, which is fully open, lets the most light in, and it's basically just a force-on-force sacrificial lens for your night vision. There are two color options available right now, black and FDE, whichever one you like. I'm going to show you the features of the new Infinity Iris. The setup I have right now is I'm running the Infinity Iris on the right eye and nothing on the left eye. And I'm recording through both devices, and I'll show you what the difference is when you're using the infinity focus versus not using anything. Let's go check it out. Right here, you can see when I focus this to read those letters, pretty much I can see everything up to that point. It's pretty sharp and clear. Same with the Infinity Iris. But as I look into the distance, look through the right tube, you can clearly identify what he's holding in his right hand, what's in his left hand, and what's hanging around his neck. If you look through the tube without the infinity focus, you can see the letters clearly, but to the distance, everything is a big blur. So for the identification purposes indoors, this is really, really useful. And this right tube, I can see that that's a gun, that's a case, that's a camera, and letters are clear, so you see everything. Now I'll adjust the left tube to have him in focus. Now I see him clearly. He just grabs his gun, and I can identify what he's holding through both eyes. But what this causes now is, as you can see, everything in this room is a big blur. I can't even identify what's on the table. And there's a bright light behind me. Even in perfect light conditions, I can't see what that is, even with the extra light. You can do it without the Infinity Iris, but every time you look into the distance or close by, you have to adjust your focus manually. Now you see close by, want to look further away, and then you have to manually use your focus again. So you have to take your hands off your weapon, or you have to do extra movements to be able to see from far to close and close to far. This just helps you see all the time. When you close the iris down to 5.66, it does affect the performance of your tube. It reduces most of the light coming in, but for that you can use your IR illumination, and in most urban scenarios where you have ambient light, you can actually still use this pretty efficiently only when it's absolutely zero light, there might be issues. Now let's go outside and see how it works outdoors. The outdoor setting is close to some buildings, so there's ambient light, but with the bare naked eye you don't see much. As you see with ambient light, even having a 1 millimeter hole, it's focused far away. The infinity focus works at 5.66, and when you open it up completely, there's a slight difference in the amount of light it lets in. Left is fully opened, focused close by, so you can't distinguish anything in detail far away. With the sim focus at 5.66, it's in clear focus. And here you can see the difference between when you open it up and close it, so it does change the amount of light that comes in, so you have to keep in mind that it's highly dependent on the amount of ambient light you have in your situation. This is opened at 1 millimeter and looking at some very dim lights in the distance. 5.66, as you can see, the lens generates some artifacts or reflections in front of your lens. As you see, when there's a lot of light, having it closed or open doesn't really change how much you see, barely any difference. Side by side, not much of a difference when there's enough light. Here's we're looking at the person walking, it's focused close, and walking to the distance, as you see, at like 10 meters, without the lens, gets blurry. On the right, you can still see the detail. Obviously, this thing is not for everyone. It does have a specific use case, and if you see yourself benefiting from it, this would definitely make you happy. It is durable, the build quality is just great, you feel it straight away when you play around with it, and it can definitely help you be more effective in certain situations that you maybe saw in the video.